has been elected unopposed as the next Congress president. He will formally take over the reins of the Congress party from his mother Sonia Gandhi on the 16th of this month. Sonia Gandhi has led the Congress party for nearly 2 decades. Now, while there's no real surprise that Rahul Gandhi won this election for the post of his party's top job unopposed, what is interesting is the timing. Remember, Rahul Gandhi has been poised to take on the top job for a while now, but he will be doing so just a couple of days before election results are announced in 2 key states of Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh. While Rahul Gandhi is at the forefront of the fight in Gujarat, where his party hopes to defeat a 3-time BJP government, the challenge in Himachal Pradesh to hang on to power remains. How key will these results be to the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi's own future as president of the party? Moreover, can Rahul turn around the Congress's fortunes? To speak on this, I'm joined this evening by Sudha Pai, former professor at the Center for Political Studies at JNU, Salman Soz, Congress spokesperson, and Narendra Taneja, the spokesperson from the BJP. Good evening, and thank you all for speaking with us. Ms. Pai, I will begin with you. Rahul Gandhi takes charge officially 48 hours before the results of Himachal and Gujarat. How much of an impact will these results have on his presidency of his party in the years to come?
Well, he has carried out a hard-hitting and aggressive campaign, worked very hard, and I'm sure the campaign will sustain him. The kind of leadership he has shown during that, the way in which he has strategized, brought the party together, all that will make a great deal of difference. And Congress is poised to do fairly well in Gujarat, and therefore the timing, I think, is quite good. After all, there are going to be state assembly elections running one after the other even next year. So why not now, at a time when a very hard-hitting campaign by the Congress headed by Rahul Gandhi has been carried out.
All right, Salman Soz, what are the biggest challenges facing Rahul Gandhi at this point? The Congress now runs governments in 5 states as of today. It's 44 seats in the Lok Sabha. Is there a plan in place in your party to turn things around, which goes beyond now having Rahul Gandhi at the top post?
I think, frankly, we've seen quite a bit of a turnaround in the last 4 to 5 months. I think you may have noticed it as well. I think 2 things are happening. One, I think people in India are realizing that the promises that the BJP and Prime Minister Modi had made during the election campaign in 2014, they were largely rhetorical. The Prime Minister and his party, they failed to deliver on economic policy. On economic policy, they've really kind of done a lot of harm to ordinary people, whether it's food price inflation, whether it's demonetization, rollout of GST. That part has really gone badly. Now, the second part, and by the way, there's been no job creation. The second part is the Congress party, and I think Rahul Gandhi, we've also come into our own. And I think we've also said, okay, we're going to take the bull by the horn and we're going to start really fighting back. And we've also kind of started, if you noticed, lots of changes in the organization. In fact, I'm part of a new department of the Congress party, which actually reaches out to professionals and experts and entrepreneurs. It's called the All India Professionals Congress. And there are many other departments, one for the unorganized sector, there's the Fishermen's Congress, there lots of other things are happening inside the party. And I think what we've seen in this particular campaign is that Rahul Gandhi has been very steadfast in running a very decent campaign, but an aggressive campaign. We've asked the Prime Minister and the BJP to answer for 22 years of their rule, where they have failed to deliver. The social indicators in Gujarat, they're terrible for a state whose per capita income is,
I'll request all speakers to keep their comments brief. All right. We got the point, Salman. Mr. Taneja, I'm sure you have a lot to respond to Salman Soz, but I want to come to you with one key question about the pivot the BJP's campaign has made in the last, I would say, 48 hours in Gujarat. Why are we talking about Pakistan now in the middle of Gujarat elections?
Well, first of all, congratulations and good wishes to Mr. Rahul Gandhi. And I want to make a brief comment on that. You see, it's but many challenges for him, because dynastic rule has destroyed the organization called Congress Party. So he will have to invest a lot of time rebuilding the organization. Is he the right person to build the build organization, rejuvenate, give it a new direction? That remains to be seen. I have my very, very serious doubts about it. Second quick point is on ideology. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has abandoned the party ideology. What he's trying to do now to make Congress Party a clone of Bharatiya Janata Party. Then if that's what he wants to do, is no point having a separate party. He can just go ahead and merge Congress Party with the Bharatiya Janata Party. That would be the best thing as far as the party is concerned, for people also to understand, if he just wants to be our clone. With regard to this Pakistan thing and all that, it started with Mr. Manishankar Iyer convening a meeting at his residence, and then first Mr. Anand Sharma denied there was no such meeting, which was whether it was track 1.5 or track 2, we don't know that. But the Ministry of External Affairs, the government of India, was completely out of it, while the serving Pakistani High Commissioner was invited to it, and the government of India was kept completely out of it. Why? The only thing we heard after that meeting, 9 hours after the meeting, was Mr. Manishankar Iyer talking to the media and calling our Prime Minister Neech. So that was the outcome of that meeting or dinner meeting, whatever it was. So it is, when you do things like that, we have no option but to react. That's all. We're just reacting to what they are doing.
The question over here, Mr. Taneja, is, and because I want to bring in former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's response as well. You are reacting to the meeting, but there is also an inference that that meeting was used to influence the Gujarat elections. Is there any concrete information that your party has to that effect? Was there a basis for making that charge?
Usually when you have such a meeting where you have foreign people coming and also the serving High Commissioner of Pakistan invited, the Ministry of External Affairs, a person, an official at whatever level is invited. If the person is not invited, the government of India is immediately briefed on that. No such briefing happened. No person from MEA was invited. The only thing we heard that next morning was Mr. Manishankar Iyer briefing the media and actually going after the Prime Minister and going to the extent of calling him Neech. So we believe that was the conclusion of the meeting, because we didn't have our spies in the four walls of Mr. Manishankar's residence. All we know, we are just basically reading between the lines from the comment made by Mr. Manishankar Iyer, because that's he called talked with the media, and that's what he had to say. So now the question is that, and the Ministry of External Affairs has till now not been briefed.
Let Salman Soz respond to that point, and I'm getting into the details of this because this is becoming the most talked about issue in Gujarat. I'm not sure if Gujarati voters will appreciate that or if they care, but you must answer that charge, Salman Soz, that why are Congress leaders having meetings with Pakistani diplomats without keeping the foreign ministry in the loop?
Look, first of all, the Prime Minister and the BJP, I like Mr. Taneja, but the Prime Minister and the BJP are running a despicable campaign in Gujarat where they've run out of issues to talk about and they know they're losing. And now they want to bring in all sorts of things that have nothing to do with the Gujarat election. And there's a dog whistle campaign. Let's face it. Mr. Taneja wants us to merge our party with theirs. But the fact of the matter is that they think that they have a monopoly on religion. In India, secularism is about respect for all religions, and we are free to go and pray in a temple or a mosque or wherever. BJP, a long time back, the Congress Party threw out the British who like divide and rule, and BJP, we're going to throw BJP out also because they're all about divide and rule. The Prime Minister basically insinuates that the former Vice President of India, the former Prime Minister of India, the former Army Chief of India, lots of diplomats and senior people who have given lifetime's work for India are somehow collaborating with...
Why didn't you tell the foreign ministry, sir? Why didn't you tell the foreign ministry, sir?
They're not ridiculous, they're frustrated, they're running away, they're running scared. And the former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, came out with a hard-hitting statement. That gentleman, that gentle person, came out with such a hard-hitting statement. I've never seen anything like this before, and now they're panicking again. and it's going to boomerang. And tomorrow you will see it'll be on WhatsApp all over the place, and they're losing Gujarat.
All right. Sudha Pai, I want to come to you with two clear points. One, is this going to be a big issue in Gujarat when the chief campaigner and the star campaigner of the ruling party talks about Pakistan, Ahmed Patel, and what role they could have? It's an insinuation, what role they could have in the Gujarat elections. Is that going to strike a chord?
I don't think so, because the Prime Minister has been making various kinds of such allegations. Earlier he talked about how Mrs. Gandhi held a handkerchief to her nose when she came there, and so on. And so a whole series of stories are being built. I don't think this would have an impact. The people expected him to campaign for Gujarat and to talk about Gujarat, and he had originally said he would talk about Vikas and development and so on. So I think the people are enjoying the speeches of the Prime Minister, but whether these will really be important, because there are a large number of local issues there, issues about jobs, issues about GST, the Surat merchants are extremely upset, the farmers are upset, the Dalits are upset. So there are a large number of local issues there which the Prime Minister, we thought, would be addressing. So I'm not very sure that people will really be interested, apart from listening to a good story, to what the Prime Minister is saying. I don't think that would have much of an impact on the elections, because the Pakistan issue is not important in the Gujarat elections. It is the people of Gujarat who are voting a government for themselves, and it is for them to decide what kind of government they want. This whole question of bringing in Pakistan is extremely unfortunate.
Ms. Pai, there was also a very interesting statement that Narendra Taneja made a little while ago, that the Congress is trying to be like another BJP. And what's the point then? The two parties should merge. But just to pick on one observation he's made, and in the context of Gujarat, we've actually seen that the Congress has made it a point to stay away from projecting itself as the messiah for minorities. The temple visits aside, do you think there is an attempt to craft a new image?
Well, the Congress is trying to craft a new image under Rahul Gandhi. There's no doubt about it. But I think in the specific context of Gujarat, the attempt is to stay away from polarizing issues. Because once one starts talking about minorities, riots, about all forms of polarization and division, then the BJP will take advantage of it. So I think the attempt is to stay out of that, and I think the Congress has used an excellent strategy and talked largely about development. And also I once to say about a clone, well, I think Rahul Gandhi has behaved much better. He's not a clone of the Prime Minister at any rate, and the Congress campaign has been far better in terms of use of words and lack of abuse and so on. So from that point of view, the two are very different. The Congress is also trying to show that it is interested in development and developmental issues. Visiting temples and so on, well, I don't think there's any harm in that, in the sense that this is a country of the Hindus who have a majority. It doesn't mean that the Congress is against the minorities or does not have their interests at heart. The Congress stands for all social groups, and I think that is the message that is being sent, that you don't discuss caste, you don't discuss minorities, you don't discuss communalism, but you discuss what is good for the people as a whole.
That's a very interesting observation there. Quick comment from Narendra Taneja, and then let Salman Soz explain that. Mr. Taneja, it's a new track, and soon after 2014, the AK Antony report said that don't talk about minorities, because we're finding it difficult to seem like a party representing the Hindus as well. So, in a way, you're correct. You now have competition in your own turf.
No. You see, who is empowering Muslim women? BJP. We are doing that. We are fighting for Muslim women. Second, Madam Pai said there is polarization. Who is doing polarization in Gujarat in the name of caste? There is no Congress party on the ground there. There are only 3 caste leaders. And everything has been outsourced to these three caste leaders. They're only talking the Gujarat morning till evening, 24/7. They're only talking about caste. So here is a party called the Indian National Congress. Mr. Rahul Gandhi with these three caste leaders want to take, Gujarat back to the Stone Age. We won't allow that to happen. People of Gujarat won't allow that to happen. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has no agenda. Nothing. All he wants to do is just these three caste leaders. That's all. Because there is no party organization on the ground. Let's be realistic. Madam Pai, I can understand your enthusiasm for the Congress, but you got to be realistic. Where is the Congress on the ground there? Kindly name 6 important leaders of Congress party in Gujarat on this show. Please do that. That your viewers can also relate to or can identify. So I understand your enthusiasm, but these are caste leaders. Caste, C-A-S-T. And if you think caste polarization is the best thing to do, God bless.
Okay.
God bless you.
Okay, Salman Soz, but this new avatar of the Congress, I want you to talk about it a little more, because what Sudha Pai is saying is also interesting. There's a decision that we will no longer talk about minorities and minority issues. It's implicit that we're going to take care of them. That's a big paradigm shift from what the Congress has stood for.
Yeah, but think about it. Mr. Taneja says that BJP is for Muslim women's rights. One of the rights for Muslim women is also that their husbands not get killed by the kind of poison that the RSS and the BJP have spread in the country. What about the wife of a farmer who commits suicide? Is she not important? What the Congress party wants is that we want a unifying kind of campaign. We want a unified India. We want to take everybody along. So it doesn't have to be a Muslim woman or a Dalit woman or a high caste woman. It has to be everybody. So our goal is to talk about everybody, because India has to be inclusive. Look, we have great challenges in this country coming up. If you look at the jobs challenge and if you look at automation and artificial intelligence and machine learning, our country has to do something drastically different. What we cannot afford is to spend all of our time in divisive issues that the BJP drags us into. What we need to figure out is how can we have a solution that applies to all people. And I think that is where the Congress party wants to distinguish itself from the BJP. I think enough of this hatred, enough of divisiveness, enough of this kind of. I mean,
I'll have to end it there. I'll have to end it there. But really interesting chat on a day when Pakistan has become the big talking point in the Gujarat elections, and Rahul Gandhi will officially take charge. Quite a few interesting events in the days to come. Thank you so much, Narendra, Taneja, Salman Soz and Sudha Pai for speaking with us on Primetime Debate this evening.